Master on Up and Go, The Bridge, 99 FM.
Super Cat.
I'm West levels, heights, levels.
That is the Don. That's the Wild Apache.
I want to talk for people. I want to talk for people. I want to talk for people. I want to talk for your reggae circle. I want to talk for your reggae heavens.
It is a great pleasure to have you here with us this morning, Super Cat. Long time in a see my brethren, but we've been seeing the progress and we've noted it and we're happy for you. Big things happening inside of Brooklyn this Saturday night. One day before your appearance on that event, what is the mood that you're in? How are you feeling right now?
Mood, I feel like the smoothest fabric on my moods when you talk about mood. In great memory of all the great moody with all them moody man, we push so much reggae over the time for boys and bad and boys and road. Still we keep it smooth. Feeling good, great feeling up to date.
Yeah, listen, man, you realize the anticipation is out there in a big way, and you have some friends that are going to be joining you on that stage, Wyclef Jean among them, Baby Sham and many others. In a short space of time, we were talking about this, DJ Roy, the promoters have made this an event that you get the feeling that it was 1 year in planning.
No, sir, it was the quickest thing, and it's like unexpected going on the gate and say going a mile and 1 yet. I carry overweight, I come out at 19 gate. Still a great, fabulous, fortunate, those late great Nicodemus and tell us, and at that time I'm coming under pressure. When them pressure disappear. So I miss them.
Yeah.
Then I must forward for you going, you have to lift up the level. Well, I have left out 4 years. Judah Cat and Judah Demus was there that night.
Yes.
It was a strong light. It wasn't any weakness. And the father said, Dada, I have left out 4 years because I have a marriage, but I have a marriage plan, so I have to deal with God. Jonah Demus run out of the house, man. Jonah Cat and say, we can't do them bad money. You hear that? You hear Nicodemus just say, he might left daddy and go ahead because the plan of the level.
Yeah,
and Nicodemus died shortly after that. And from that, the one of them run from around. And I said, them bad money are planning another level. So I forward for people.
Thank you for that, Super Cat. Cat, when I think about you and music, when I think about you and the culture, when I think about you and you defending the culture from Jamaica, but also defending the culture from Brooklyn, from Bronx, from Queens, from Long Island. I remember, places like the Q Club, Nakasaki, Jamrock, Underground. When you broke out, Cat, the rappers started to pay more attention to our music. So you wasn't that just defending it from the Jamaican standpoint. You defended it from Brooklyn, from Queens, from Long Island. What did it feel?
What we call it, almost like global articles. See where it is that you can't let go roots. Because when culture gets sick, our roots take care of culture. So we go to roots of the culture. One great problem is if you check out Jamaica, Ministry of Sports and Culture, the man said they want to put roots. Watch if you don't kill roots, you don't kill the youth, and if you don't kill out the youths, you don't go and brainwash them and don't tell them the truth. If you don't tell the youth the truth, the youth can get brainwashed. You can't blame the youth, but blame Peter Touch again. If you don't keep roots, then you don't go and blame the youth. So you see roots go with culture. Now what take place? We are come from Jamaica, what them call housing scheme, And when we come in the States, we see the youth, them got the same idea of how they live in the project. So I did see that as some parallel we can step with one another and make a thing work. Still, it was long overdue coming because it was from the time of Slick Rick. When the dad is supposed to meet with Slick Rick, God keep great fabulous fortune out of Nicodemus, late great soul again. And we meet the day. Gunning Road and the Westchester, they're coming out of the mountain, Slick Rick, and now we there at the OTB cross the road, I closed the first route double. And he must just close the double there, we must about 30,000. So the man just coming off the mountain with him baby, him like a picnic, saddle down in a pram, in a baby carriage, you carry the youth in the vehicle. If you have a baby, you have to carry them safe. The man have him infants trapped down in the back seat. Some so-called gangbangers, tug monkeys, have the balls to see a man traveling with him youth in his vehicle, and the boys them shoot. The guy have accident, Slick Rick, and knock up in the high end. cast iron that went up the railroad.
Yeah.
Here comes 100 cops surrounding the youth. The youth make headline news and the youth get in trouble, went to prison. It wasn't his fault. They were trying to stop hip-hop from being reggae. So it's from the time of Slick Rick. Then after that, FED find out and say, I'm going to pursue this thing. Since Slick Rick was taken out of the picture, FED find out because FED coming from the same Westchester. So FED pursue until Evie was the one who make that hip-hop reggae dream came true. And if you listen Evie, when him approach, them no worry. You can hear that him have a reggae mastermind. Because it don't take any guy in a hip-hop for IQ throw a reggae tune and start. You see while I put to show him the cross and say, carry it, Evie. I'm saying, Evie, come to take a walk in the park and listen to the dance call.
Wow.
That's a lot of history. There's a whole lot of history there.
Yeah.
So you see, we and them people, we have it coming from so far. And they stopped it a couple of times till it take place. And we say, God keep everything so because a monster amongst reggae at our time, yo. And coming from is pop, hip-hop, top star. All of them dead in can't flop. Neither Tupac nor Big Pop.
Right. Now,
Cat, you see, the same kind of energy that is being generated in only a few days leading up to this concert for tomorrow night, I suspect is the same kind of energy that you would get were you to release new material any day now. For your fans, there are those legions of fans all around the world who have not gotten a new song from you. Is that likely to happen anytime soon?
Well, I'm getting stick up from Grudgeful Reggae Monkeys musician. They are on Steely and Clevie, and they are on Sly and Robbie, and they ain't great Raphael Rafson Johnny. I call up Rafson John, say, Cat, I'm getting old now, my fingers getting nervous, I can't manage them Super Cat every key, and them rattling me. I said, well, Raph, I can't pressure you. He said, I'm over here producing ska. He play a few ska for me. He was producing something with some of the elder group people like Daddy Blue Roy and some of the great people from Paragons. And so I said, well, if this is your dream that you're carrying through, I can't pressure you. And then Sly and Robbie is another one of the great dynamic double. I hear one of them slightly have a reggae strokes. And then the great Steely Johnson pass away. So we are going to see who can fulfill them kind of shoes before that I can go out again to kick for the blues.
The world is waiting.
Indeed. And you know, Kat, there was when you were signed to Columbia label, you were still doing your own label, Wild Apache. Do you encourage youth to start their own labels?
Well, I didn't hear what they said a while ago. Something secret here. What you say about label?
No, I was saying that while you were signed to Columbia, you were still had your label Wild Apache and still putting out tunes. Do you encourage the new youth them in the business to start their own labels?
Yeah, well, it starts from the influence of King Jammys and the influence of Henry John Jalas and the influence of Channel One. Those sounds weren't just playing and dance, promoting reggae. They did have studios and they were interacting with performers performing reggae. And if the artists ever get tough, like a Barry Brown, like a Michael Prophet, you know, like a Linval Thompson, sure they're gonna make a LP, sure they're gonna make a few singles. Cause Jimmy Aces came along and did the same thing. So while I was at Kilimanjaro, you know, I figured that day after day after day we have clash. You're in Jammy's studio that you make the songs that you and Ainsley, great Ainsley from Kilimanjaro. And time we don't have a clash, you know, go to the studio and at Jammy's place, you know, I work, I want to make tune for clash, I want to never lose a clash. So what's here? I started the label from Jamaica because working with Jammy's, I get a cut off the Vineyard Party Rhythm. 4, it was Vineyard Party. It was Earl 16, Batman and Robin. Batman. But still, it is Batman, it's Catman. It's just a metaphor that them say it's Batman because you have Catwoman, so Catwoman go with Catman. So them just flip it and say Batman. But if them wise, them don't know a Catman. So from I start the label. I am Danny Dread and the great Trevor Ottar upside Skengdan. Skengdan and Trevor Dan. What I saw coming, I didn't like. They were suppressing our youth to have the idea that they should go and have their own label. I didn't know where the problem coming from or where the suppression coming from. You couldn't pinpoint the person or the ring that was trying to suppress the youth. Them. I told Ninja Man, don't give up. I take him out of Hockey Tree, carry him uptown, tell him stand up right here. Don't steal and get here. Go and get a break. Ninja Man started his label also. His first hit was his own produce of his song and his own label. Don't know where the label went after that. So Dada left Jamaica, came to the States, hanging out in Brooklyn. When I look up, I see Enterprise Record Distribution.
Church Avenue.
So all the youths them hanging out in front of this distribution place, and I reasoned with them, and I said, my youth, we're there at Jamaica. We don't have the chance like this. We're there United States where every minute a promoter come and call, we don't make a quick 1,500, a quick 2,500, a quick 3,500. Listen, you low ranking and sluggy ranking. Why don't make a label name ranking and start producing yourself? No, that's too much hard work. I say, I'm not going to regret it. So I talked with Shelly and Steve from Rolling.
Yeah, man.
I said, what? I going to start my own label. And I going to bring you, come to you and Shelly. Yeah, Shelly, can you manage your work? I start drop it after hit, you know.
Yes.
And now, you know, talk, we're going short circuit. Yeah, Ross, good idea. You're going out, so you can't come. Step night, straight night, go night. Then I start giving him tune after tune after tune. Cabin slamming, Iron Night prerogative. Start giving him tune with sluggy ranking. You know, go bad for simple time. And you know, we can be rude boy. Start giving him tune with Trevor Sparks.
Yes.
Start giving him tune with
Frankie Paul.
Roman Squad. And Bubba General and Robert came in play. And said, listen, Cat, I see a label, I'm moving on. I want to do it, some of this work, yeah. From this a while, Apache label start take off. I was making it under the LP for VP. And the opportunity came that I should get a chance at the major label. That's what they call it. So I and Robert went and have a meeting with Chris. I said, Chris, over the years I'm dealing with you people. No disrespect. I'm making an LP for VP. Dandara. Still here, what up? There is an opportunity just come out saying they would like to give us a deal at Sony CBS. So I don't want to put a bad taste in your mouth, and I don't want to step on your toe, and I don't want to flop your show. I apologize for, switching this thing, or asking you for permission that I could take this LP, go and deal with Sony, and see what it feel like to work with them powerhouse label. And Chris said, no problem.
Okay.
That, bam, Sony. And Shabba Rankin was there for LP carry the heaven load, like Mark Chuck carrying the load for Santa Claus, gift for Christmas.
But you had a very, very good run, and that's a good thing. And you see, DJ Roy, the kind of work that he would have had to put in order to get the respect to his name, and also to give the fans what they require. Yeah. I saw you, Cat, at Swiss Beats' birthday party recently, and I remember distinctly when you did what you and only a few can do, which is improvisation, where you're building lyrics on the spot. At one point, you handed the mic after you did some improvisation to a top rapper, and I couldn't get a line out of him. But you were...
Oh, you see, you can't disrespect the great Buster. Watch out now. Buster.
I didn't call any names.
Buster from Flat Race.
Yeah.
You put him on that track with hip hop, and we kill you going a mile and 1 year.
Ah.
What Busta love, him love listen reggae.
Yes.
Him practice himself off of reggae. Still him don't get enough practice, so he can level up like a Evie. That's why I tell you, Evie is a mastermind.
Right. Yes, yes.
You put him flat or you put him urban, him going. Now Busta exercising that idea. Him love reggae, still him is a mastermind of hip hop. So time after time him listening sound like Addies and other reggae sound that him love him hang out.
Right.
Him just like to exercise these reggae tracks because I figure they keep him sharp.
Yeah.
So if you didn't get a word out of him, it is not disrespect and it is not flop.
It's not a fluff at all. But if I were to say to you, I want to be your student, help me with improvisation. What would the advice be that? Because you are a master at that. What would your advice be to me, Cat?
Well, if you'd have to learn to match words because it's matches. Like for instance, you hear the youth man said, "So caramba, yad bubble, tell love is massive." And him attractive. The man himself said, watch out, is matches stick, or get our crutches stick. Tell her is matches, or crutches stick, or matches stick, or one not matches stick. Then trick the youth and tell him, so caramba. You tell him, yeah, blah, blah. You have to match them words. Match.
Now, Kat, I saw online that you were rehearsing with your band. It is a band show.
Well, I work with many different bands. I was working with City Heat Band when I give them a deal when we were on the road with Sony. So I would know of musician, no time, no show, flop, nothing like that. So what happened here now is that the musician then get so busy that they have to cover with a different angle. Mm-hmm. So it isn't the City Heat Band that I was working from. I have Norris Webb, who left City Heat and now is playing with Third World, one of the master keyboard players.
Yes.
And they have a miserable drummer, it look like the stick moving, and don't move the stick because the way I rap the stick is like a machine forward, a clap a lick. And we have Steve Locke, and not the guitar pickups like my boss a Glock. And we have a new youth to play guitar. So I call them players of instrument because it's professional people we assemble to make it work. Right. Because we have to have a team that going to stand up, that's why I give the sound, and so I pronounce sound and jump around the building and go around all the people that I move around town.
Wow. Since the announcement of this concert, as a matter of fact, I'm even wearing my Brooklyn shirt, because, I just feel the Biltmore vibes we're going to get. I feel that vibes that we got back in the days. And I even remember days when seeing you even in parties, like you show up at a jam rock and Nagasaki and take the mic and just level the place. I feel that energy there.
No, that energy there is a flap energy because that night when the radical jar up. Drink any champagne. You met me drink champagne and watch on the sound. Him start drink champagne. So watch. And I said, don't disrespect the man. Listen now. When you meet him again, 15 minutes before the clash, you let me know. So they were meeting in St. Elizabeth Mountainside. I said, what's here, Mr. Harper? I have one. Nah, Miss Laugh, I whistle verse of a senior. When you knock him this one, he can't get up, he won't get coffee. So them goes a woman send a thing, the jar get it. And so when I moving now, I left in Kingston, I didn't for country. Well, before the night was over, Radigan was crying. So don't take the plane there, Chupa. Hold on, don't. Chupa say, I have to go to Africa, I'll leave you with my apprentice. Just finish him in a casket. And that was where I level it, Just like one is unfinished with me and Ninja Man, that clash never starts. Still I give respect for Gargan, that is the Gargan win that clash that night because I never get any rehearsal for the show. I never have any show lineup. Mm-hmm. Even when I went on stage, Derek Barnett, there was no show list for them. I didn't work out a show for them. It was a setup. Because if I work out my show, work with a musician, then that show couldn't stop, it couldn't flop. Mm-hmm. Still, you have people trying to stop the level before you get. And them you know Holy Cat never lose a race. So that one was disqualified for that. I said, watch here, you not take disrespect from them guy, yeah, you know. And after them pies Ninja Man with the dope on the race over here, Ninja Man said,
What?
that one almost like Bob Buffer with in a spirit to go up against essential quality. Ninja Man said, no, I want to keep up. And then man, they take me out the archery of our battlefield and carry me uptown, you know. I make it, you know. Still, I know them was going after him, and I know them was coming after me, and I know them was going after the colonel. Still, I never met them thing that stop me. I just say, watch at the time I'm coming to that. When you're going to have to come forward, come hold it up. Because listen, it said so in the scripture. Them are going to send some of to prison. Them are going to poison some away. Them are going to kill some away. And away from that, them are going to suppress some away. Well, how would them attack with a reggae performer then? And a reggae musician then? And the people that play promoting reggae tunes or reggae music.
Let me tell you something. I was at that at the National Stadium on that show, on the stage as one of the MCs on that night, fateful night when Cat and Ninja Man were going at it. I remember when a bottle came from the audience, and it was retrieved by Dada.
Well, I personally put in the back, let them lucky. I never have a crate. That's still up now.
He retrieved.
That I watch them before I get there. Before I get there, I watching them flinging back after people. A man like Maxi Priest and Rockley British chart.
Right.
A man like Cocotti, when you them hit after hit and cock so much ram dance. Cock.
Right.
A man like Late Bunny Wheel. You know, in a national arena, them fling back off of them, the man will lift up for them. So when my time come for them fling back, I don't care if them come from Tivoli, Rima, Concrete, Jungle. I just say I don't take them a kind of different disrespect from no boy. Because I make a when Cackle Valley more than people.
Yeah.
I did it when there was no Walton Park Road, no Hagley Park Road. I did it when there was a mountain start from Woodpecker Avenue, Wavell Avenue, Walton Park Road, and the mountain go all the way up to Reading, Stony Hill. Well, they bulldozer down that mountain to build a new city. Waterford, you know, Edgewater. Because the independent city pop were from Port Royal, you know, that's where United States get its independence.
Right. Yeah, on that night, Roy, it was retrieved and disposed of, the bottle I'm talking about.
We've watched that video over and over.
Him was coming from the Booga mine at stable. Well, him friend them pay the price. You know, the government of Jamaica know that and all them kind of thing. Even officer not nice. Them know him pay the price. Cause you see them shoot Bob Marley. Them shoot Peter Touch. You understand? Them shoot the great Fathead and Miami and kill him. Then them kill Major Warriors on the Jamis Passy. Them kill Echo Big John and Floxy. Them go on to kill much until it reach a pattern. Still it don't trouble nobody. The first time they threatened Ninja Man to take one publish and Ninja Man figure over one. Lock him up. And you saw long them a kill a performer, you don't hear nobody get locked up. The first time I got and took up him sitting, I said, too much of we are dead and listen now. Me day after work develop. We no can't come here like I got and I don't want to foul up. But tell the Gargan say must sign over and publish. And guy got Gargan say sign me gun. The government must talk. Said I see a mongrel them organize and go sentence Ninja Man because I'm publishing them a fight. Them come at me. 5 days before Ninja Man get in trouble, the same people them call I would even South where them come from. I said that I was rounding up some artists, you know, some paper for sign because some publishing to come and say, watch here. When I figure out how to deal with capital, go and round up with a mother problem. So them go to Ninja Man with the same argument. And them time the Ninja Man lick the pellico, so him not really conscious of where I go on. And them go tell him about sign paper and publishing. And Ninja Man say, they have for the work develop. If you figure out you can't check me and make my work foul up. And then them have them face and bend up and check the youth and the man's papa off sitting and say, sign my gun. Then the people who him serve over the years, it's so much great show. All of a sudden, the media start making him a duppy man. Till he end up behind the bars for years over years and years. I feel great if somebody could have sent a note. Go to England and ask the United States of England for pardon that youth. Because if Jamaica gets so much out of that youth, you never see promoter get show sold out. Like when Ninja Man and Super Cat are rocking Jamaica. For poor people promoter, when I talk about the rich people and when they have the money, we get to show them to another level. When I talk about the people when they feel happy if they make money, all of them people start from one room with them little lot for most of them was what you call Igla. Call it purchase and sell. Till them put them in the arcade downtown. And when them start move up, John Ringo say, Igla move. If you don't want data Igla, you know, move. Well, with Ninja Man and Super Cat, years after years, Kilimanjaro traveling the 15 parish of Jamaica, since some of it under 14 and account Kingston. And years over years, people who keep their things and say, Roy, down another room for my place. Dumb master down another room. The man said, finally, the man say, I keep in my house up there. And we're not talking about one parish or two parish or three, but we're talking about the 15 parish of Jamaica. So when I early be, the late great Doc left out. We left it in the hand and Ninja Man and Junior Cat, Iron Man and German. Iron Man did go in and coke one too much. And him dead right side of Ninja Man. And Ninja Man said, watch you. You carry him go over that kind of children. Make I take up your prescription probably here and see what knock you out. Dada left out. Leave them for go and start the show and work it out.
Yeah. So much history, man. So much history. We could do this for hours, Roy. Cat, we're really enjoying this chat. Trust me.
Things what people don't know and them know I hear
it. You mentioned energy levels in the conversation earlier on, Cat. Many people who have not seen you in performance, many might not have seen you for several years, are wondering about your level of fitness. I'm getting a lot of messages, especially from females, who are saying, yo, I saw him look young. What's the plan for tomorrow night? How about the energy levels for that show tomorrow night at Barclays?
Well, I didn't say energy. I say gigantic ups. Words, circle. You see, over the years I exercise, sure. There's a time when you know you have to work. There's a thing with chipping. It's like you play a Wayne Reid tune on the taxis. Say, the road riding, chipping. So you have a high gigantic up. What does chipping? Once this chipping is like, where computer overload gone up at another level. So I now give them a short circuit. I go a mile and 1 8 I carry over and wait to come out at 19 gate. That's why Fabulous said, love to the road rider them when them come out at the gate. I go the mile and 1 8 I carry over wait I go out at the 19 gate. So I must have the high gigantic up there, flow. Floor is outside strength for the people that are forward again.
Wow. Well, I can tell you this. We'll all be in the Barclays Center. This one is not missing Brooklyn. This one's not missing Queens, Long Island, Jersey. All those are going to be watching on the internet. This is a big one, and we're really happy to see you, Cat, and we can't wait for tomorrow.
Well, I want the people know that's why I come out and make that cover. Come tell them, say, push time.
Yes.
Come and step on the covert operation. We have the covert operation and the eradication. We have covert operation and the definite detention. Step on covert like him a dead dog, man.
I have a bet that you're going to start the show with "Watch out, make me come down, down. Is that the song that you'll be starting with?
No, well, you want me, you know. I shuffle. So anything will come off on the top, even a jump jack.
All right, Cat. All right, give
so
thanks.
So what's Ryan dog? Hold it up, you know.
Yeah,
the reggae club. Hold it up.
Bless up, Cat. Great having you, man. We hope we get a chance to do it again soon.
I most like. Right.
Much respect. Super Cat, man. Legendary. And, of course, ready for the Barclays Center. Boy, Richie B.
We live for days like these, don't we?
Richie B, the party master, on Up and Go, The Bridge, 99 FM.